Hello and welcome back to War Sales, and it's been a little bit of time since the previous episode, and well, I've been doing a lot of Sea Raider fights, basically just trying as much as possible to get, well, as much as possible renown. Yes, that's what we need. So yeah, we are almost there. It is still a little bit of ways away, unfortunately. We still need about 100 renown. But I did get to 100 leadership skill, as you can see here, and we do now have famous commander. Generally, as I said many times already, famous commander is probably one of the best perks you can get in regards to clan progression speed, because of course you are going to be getting that extra renown gain. It's going to make a big difference to you over the course of a playthrough. Now, if you are up against it, and I'm talking about if you're having some problems actually having a significant army and you're consistently taking prisoners, but the prisoners are just not getting converted fast enough for your liking, you can also get this. You could get loyalty and honor in comparison to famous commander, but you are then losing out on 50% increased renown gain, which to a certain degree is a pretty significant amount. I mean, it depends on what you value, you know. At the end of the day, it obviously depends on if you personally prefer clan tier experience or you want to have faster bandit recruitment, or faster non-bandit recruitment. And that makes a big difference. Anyway, I'm actually at war against these guys, as we know. Vlandia, yes. And indeed, we are now going to be attacking this army, and there is another army there. Now, I actually changed strategy slightly. I thought to myself, yes, you know what? Let's not go and attack Ostrakan over and over, because Ostrakan is just going to be, it's a standard. You know, we're at the moment, at this point, kind of expecting Vlandian vassals to appear out of nowhere, and we're expecting to go and murder them, and so on. And I don't really want to do that for the foreseeable future. So I thought to myself, yeah, okay, apart from the fact that obviously I was fighting Sea Raiders and so on and so forth, we are now going to be attempting to take something else. And the main reason why I actually thought of this is because I thought, if I'm able to capture a castle with its full garrison intact, mind you, right? So I'm not talking about, making it so that we have to starve out the garrison or anything. No. I'm not looking to starve out the garrison. That's my people. I almost swung at my people. That's okay. That's all right. We don't need to worry about that. Okay, yeah. So the point is, I thought to myself, okay, what's the best way to get renown with the exception of doing really large battles? Well, siege offense. Siege offense is very underrated when it comes to renown gains, and generally, even if a castle capture is not exactly what we want from an economic or even strategic perspective, it is going to provide us with a significant amount of renown, which in my opinion is actually kind of important, especially when we are so close to getting clan tier 4. If we can get to clan tier 4, that means I can then create my own faction, then we can start instituting all those wonderful policies that we know and love, and yeah, then things are going to go so much nicer for us. Wow, my bowmen are actually good. What's actually going on here? It's kind of crazy. I'm not entirely sure, don't know whether to believe this. I don't know whether to believe my own eyes at this point. Yes, I should have equipped my spear. I should have equipped my spear here, because despite the fact that, yes, the two-handed axe is indeed very strong, as you can see right here, I can literally kill people in one hit with very minimal skill needed. It is kind of, well, it's less satisfying, I feel, to use a two-handed like this on horseback than it is to use a spear. And that's actually kind of funny, because I never would have expected that in a million years. I never expect myself to say that, because generally whenever I'm, on horseback, I'm always like, oh no, they gave me a spear, if I'm in a tournament, for example, and yeah. In those kinds of situations, yeah, I will probably say that most of the time, just purely because I don't really consider myself very good with a spear in a tournament setting. I feel like if we are having our own horse and our own gear and you know, we're choosing what we're really doing in regards to enemy types and so on, you know, that can kind of make a difference to how effective we're going to be with the spear itself. Because obviously, if we think about it, if we think about the fact that tournaments, generally you're going to be doing those kind of earlier on, you know, kind of earlier on in your playthrough. And if you do then decide to do one, your experience with a particular weapon, your skill, is going to be kind of low. And I'm talking about character-wise here, not personal player-wise or anything like that. So I think generally that's obviously kind of a bit of a reason why it might be bad. As in why polearms or spears in general might be bad in a tournament setting, because you just don't have enough skill in it at that time, you know? And I think that's kind of I suppose to be expected. But as you can see, we are actually murdering pretty much every single person here. Gonna tell my archers to charge in here. Technically, they're not archers anymore. Technically, they've been converted. They've been converted to infantry. And as you see here, we are 100% murdering everything in sight. And this is me just literally staying in shield wall formation. I'm literally in shield wall formation at this point. I'm going to charge everyone else now as well. And this is, wow, this was actually a staggeringly easy victory for us. I'm actually kind of surprised. We ended up losing about 4 people, and most of those were, well, units that we don't really need to worry about too much. I can kind of just relax with them. And indeed, as you see, we have some light cavalry attempting to kill us here. And who's this guy? A Vlandin Knight. A Vlandin Knight has now been cut down in his prime. And no one will miss him. Wow, that's actually kind of sad, actually. Never mind. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not going to characterize random units now. That's probably a bad idea. We're gonna start feeling sorry for them, even though they are just random people. Well, they're technically not even people, but you know, that's from an RP perspective. Let's just say that from an RP perspective, they are our enemies, and we will treat them as such, of course. But not so much as to be, you know, exceedingly harsh to them, even though I am executing all of their friends, which does make sense. Oh, hello, wait a minute, look at this. 46,000. 46,000? I wish we could get 46,000. No, 46.6 renown. That's actually kind of crazy. Because, as I said to you, we need about 90 to 100 renown. I'm actually not entirely sure how much we need now. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to start I'm going to start letting people go. I think I'm going to start letting people go because these guys literally this is just a mercenary, so I'm going to take him prisoner, but I'm going to basically let everyone else go because I'm not going to be able to get a wife otherwise, or a spouse of any kind, and I'm not sure if we can even do that now. I feel like it's probably game over for us in that regard, so we're probably just going to have to make do with who we have, and yeah, that's it. By the way, I'm pretty sure the reason why our brother did not get married, or the reason why his spouse did not appear, almost 100% on this, that the fact that he was in transit, as in he was traveling to us at the time, and when we accepted the marriage proposal, that's where he was. He was kind of in between two places. So technically, according to the game, he's nowhere, as in he's nowhere. He's just traveling to us, and technically he has no physical entity or anything like that. So the event with his wife would have had to have waited until we had him in our party, but I'm assuming it was supposed to trigger while he was traveling. And I was on the water at the time, if you recall. I was actually, you know, boating around on my little ship, and he couldn't join us. He couldn't join us for quite a few days, and that was actually, in my opinion, the reason. I think that was the main reason why he is not married now, because the funny thing is, I personally don't think that me executing really made any difference, because I executed quite a bit after that. So there is that to consider as well. But, you know, I don't think that's the reason. At least from what I've seen so far, And let's actually see what we can do. Okay. We need another 50. So in other words, oh dear. In other words, we need another one. Yes. There we go. Fergus actually still doing a pretty good job. Look at him. He's got 61 out of 81. Pretty nice. And yeah, let's see. Can we actually defeat this? If not, I need to go onto my ship. I can technically do that, I think. Let's have a look. They're looking kind of dangerous, to be honest. I don't know whether I really want to go in here. I mean, I've got 53 Huskars, 32 Berserkers, 27 Sea Raider Chiefs, and I have barely any barely any archers. Feel like I need more archers, to be honest, isn't it? Okay, so I do need that 7th point in Vigor. I'm almost at level 24. I think that will give me another attribute point, which would get me that 7th point. So I'm wondering, okay, you know what I'm going to do? Apparently I'm going to get attacked. Okay. Oh, there's Morcon. He's the king now, by the way. He's the king, so it's not Dirthart anymore, which is obviously funny because we executed him. Okay, so this is probably going to be a bit dicey. Yeah. It's probably going to be a little bit dicey. Maybe we are going to have to retreat here. Who knows? Who knows? Obviously, here's the thing. I am not actually someone who really cares about being defeated. I know there are people that do. And for me personally, this is indeed, it is just a single player experience. It's not, it's not anything where I'm being ranked, worldwide or anything like that. So I don't really care if I end up losing or not, because in the grand scheme of things, like I've said in the previous episode, what matters is your overall progression. And it doesn't matter whether you lose. That's the thing. Whether you get defeated or not, it does not matter at all. Like, yes, you are going to be, put back a little bit in, your army and so on. And that's going to be a bit annoying. And you're going to lose quite a lot of your inventory and stuff like that, which is also a pretty significant loss. But in the grand scheme of things, what are you actually losing? Nothing. Because your character is still alive, you still have your stats, you still have all of that, you still have your fiefs, technically, if you have any fiefs to begin with, you still have those. So, basically, grand scheme, losing does not do anything. Losing is literally just a, I don't know, basically being defeated is just a test of your ego, really. That's generally how it goes. And for me, I mean, I'm not saying that I have no ego, because I surely do. I do have one. Everyone does, I think, to a certain degree. But what I'm saying is, generally, I don't think it really matters that much. That's the whole point. I think we, as a community, as a community surrounding a game like this, we need to make it a little bit more normalized that being defeated does not equal being bad at the game or anything like that, because generally sometimes you cannot do anything about it. Sometimes you are literally just going to get destroyed whether you want to or not, and that's just how it goes. that is literally just how it goes, and we just have to kind of roll with it. And that's just something that, in my opinion, as a community, we should kind of think about, because generally, a lot of this game doesn't come down to skill. I know, it doesn't actually. I'm sorry to say that, but it doesn't come down to skill. Sometimes, yes, it does, absolutely, for sure. But most of the time, it doesn't. Most of the time, it comes down to which opponent you're facing, what kind of enemy types you're facing, whether they have the ability to, reinforce themselves, all that stuff. There's a load of different variables, of course, but generally, it's an RPG at the end of the day as well. And when you're thinking about RPG, what are you thinking about? Stats. I'm thinking about stats whenever I mention RPG. That's what's going on there. The stats underneath the hood, that is what is generally going to be considered across the board. Whenever you're thinking RPG stuff, it's always about what kind of stats do you have. Do you have good stats? If you have good stats, you're probably going to be fine, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Generally, it's all about statistics. If you don't have the right attributes or the right perks or anything like that at the time that you need them, you're going to be in trouble. And we might, in fact, have to retreat. Are we? I'm going to tell my guys to charge in so we can be a little bit aggressive here. I feel like we might need to be a bit aggressive. Let's be a little bit careful, There we go, there we go. Okay, just a small smidgen of attacking offensiveness right there. And I think that will probably push the opponent back. Yes, as you can see, they are now starting to retreat. Ooh, nice kill on that Banner Knight. There's Morcon himself. Very nice. Good. We like seeing those kinds of kills. And unfortunately, they are now starting to run away completely here. Okay, how many did I lose? I lost about 50 people. That's actually fine. That is actually okay. Not that bad. Let's put my guys into a shield wall once again. Just going to tell them to hold position here. That guy literally almost couch-lanced me in the face. That would have been extremely, extremely dangerous. Okay, wait a minute. Hello. Dead, sir. There you go. That is what you get. And now we will indeed eliminate this guy as well if we can. 42 damage. Maybe I can get him with my thrown weapons. Nice headshot. Okay, there we go. And we can otherwise try on this guy. Nice. There we go. We got him too. Oh, was that a... No, that wasn't a neck shot. Even though, funnily enough, it felt like that, but it certainly wasn't. Okay. Yeah, otherwise, that's absolutely fine. We've now killed 200. How many do they have? 400, right? We've got how many? 150? So we have 100 left. We have 100 left, and they have 200. So they have double the amount. They have a lot of cavalry still, which is problematic. And the only thing we can really do is just try to move slightly forward here. Try not to die as well, obviously. And we do want to try and murder their cavalry. That is going to be my best course of action. There we go. Okay, that's kind of bad. Nice. Okay, that was good. Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. And we just need to be careful because I'm so low in HP. We do not want to get shot. If we get shot, this is going to be bad. The problem is these guys are inevitably going to be causing quite a bit of a headache for us. Nice. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Okay, that was kind of lucky right there. Okay, we can start moving our forces forward here. How many do I have? I have 61 on the field. I only have 61. Why do I only have 61? I should have a lot more than that, shouldn't I? I'm getting shot randomly as well, which is super bad. We really need to make sure we don't get shot like this. I have a bad feeling I'm going to die here, but we can take over some of our troops if we're in the spectator mode. I can do that. I'm just going to be a little bit careful here. Ah, there we go. See, now that's exactly what I was talking about. We do not want that. That's terrible. Let's take control of this guy. He threw that. He threw that. That was not me. Okay, well, apparently it was. Okay, so let's do some damage. I should have taken a Huskarl, I guess, instead of one of these guys. How are we going to do? Are we actually going to do okay here? Are we actually going to win? We might. I'm a little bit worried about this, to be honest, because I feel like I'm not really taking, or shall we say dealing, that much damage. They're running. Interesting. I feel like this guy does no damage. Is that just me? It feels like it does no damage whatsoever. We are inflicting so much damage, though, for some reason. My forces are doing loads. Weird. Very weird. Okay, wow, nice. That guy literally stabbed me in the back. That was really, really damaging, actually. Yeah, it just goes to show that if you're not playing with your own character, I just suck. I don't know. I think the Berserker is just not my thing. I don't know. They must have really weird stats or something like that. But yeah, we completely destroyed these guys. Did they run away or something like that? We got 100 renown for this. Yes, as you can see, they actually decided to retreat. Their morale was that low. So it just goes to show that even if you don't kill the entire enemy army, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can literally just you know, force them to run away. And generally, I feel like that really makes a big difference. Going to take this guy prisoner because he is a mercenary. I'm not sure. The thing is, do I want to actually let these people go now? I guess I will continue to do that, I guess, right now, and then just see what happens. I'm not sure if that's going to be a good idea. Oh, hello. Loads of troops. Loads of troops to rescue right now. This is absolutely fantastic. Okay, let's take a whole bunch of these. All the high tier units that we can get our hands on. Very nice. Okay, I'm actually super surprised about this. All tier 4s. Very, very good. Okay, can we get some more? Yes, we can. Look at that. Okay, we got loads of space. Yeah, no Nords, obviously, but I'm going to take the opportunity because I might as well. I mean, you know, I'm going to say no to free units? No way. I'm definitely going to be taking them. And we are otherwise just going to level up those guys as well. There we are. Okay, fantastic. I'm very, very far away from pretty much anything else, so I won't be able to take all of these. Ooh, that is a nice helmet. That is an extremely, extremely good helmet. Thank you very much. Okay. And then we'll give Thauric the old one. Yes, there we go. Very nice. Okay, so that's very, very good for him. 27, that's actually a lot better for Garment. That's great. And Alder is already wearing something really, really good, so that's fine. She can wear this, though. That's slightly better for her. The sword, we can get her a better sword. And there we have it. Okay, we'll take the rest. All right, so that was fantastic. This is really, really good now. Unfortunately for me, I am now in a situation where I need influence, and I have none. So we're going to have to do something about that. I did, as you can see, level up. So we now have one more focus point in two-handed, one more focus point in vigor, which is exactly what we needed. And now we can hopefully get our one-handed to 275, and we can hopefully get our two-handed to 250 or whatever. Yeah, I'm actually going to go over here and I'm going to try if I can to auto-resolve against this person right here as soon as she finishes with this battle. Going to be very... Oh, yeah, I actually sped up by mistake. Okay, there we go, there we go. Okay, we're absolutely fine. Nice little auto-resolve there against her. That's good. We've got some more troops available as well. This is actually insane that we have the ability to get these. Yeah, this is very, very nice, actually. Okay, and then we could potentially take all of this as well, and we are going to go... Can we go into a battle against this, maybe? Why can't I select this character? You see this? I cannot select this character for the life of me. I don't know why. Peric? I cannot select him. Okay, that's... What? That's a bug. Alright. That's a bug. That's very weird. I've never had that happen to me before, but alright, okay. Fergo's getting some pretty decent skill. He got himself taken prisoner. That is to be expected, of course. As I said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know, anytime you get yourself taken prisoner, it is not a big deal. All that matters is your statistics and increasing your ability to perform, you know, in the RPG, as it were. So to make yourself stronger in that respect. Okay, so I'm just going to continue doing this. I'm going to let him go. Well, what do I want to do here? Yeah, I guess we'll just do something like this. Yeah, I'm not a particularly big fan of that, but I guess we'll try doing it. And indeed, I could... Yep, we can go for a battle against her as well, potentially. Nope, she's just going to run away. I don't want to get caught out and get overwhelming amounts of people against us. Okay, so... Oh, yeah, I'm not actually getting any influence because I haven't actually... see? Oh, I can't believe it. Yeah, I actually thought that as soon as I got to Clan Tier 4, I'd magically be able to earn influence, and I forgot that I needed to actually make my faction first. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. It's going to be a good idea. So, let's go and try to do that. And bear in mind that, obviously, once we create our faction, we do then have the ability to be officially declared war on. So it is going to be a case of us being attacked by thousands of people. That's probably what's going to happen, right? Yeah. More than likely. More than likely. And we should be prepared for that. But at the same time, we unlock basically every single positive effect that we can, well, possibly have in that situation, because we're going to have a massively increased army size. We're going to have the ability to create vassals of our very own. We're going to have, well, pretty much everything you could want at that point. And I think I might get another ship. Yeah, I think I might get another ship, even just a cargo vessel. I think that might be kind of cool. So let's do that. I'm not going to get anything too exciting. It's literally just going to be probably the NAR that we had beforehand. Doesn't, yeah, just want to get a small little vessel just to increase our cargo capacity a little bit. Okay, so we've got 61 loyalty right here. That is not going to make any difference later on down the line. This is going to be extremely good for us. And so we're just going to talk to him. Hello there, sir. It is time to take a momentous step. And it is time to proclaim a new kingdom. Okay, so the language of the laws and lords and Nors. Yes, exactly, all of that. Brioche of the bread. That is what we are going to do, because it is funny. It is funny. So there we go. May brioche of the bread forever be victorious. Yes, there you go. Declare the creation of a new realm. I love the fact that it's called that. I actually really do. Okay, that is super funny. Okay, so now, here we go. This is the big one, all right? This is the big one. So now what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to... well, first of all, I'd like to do a little bit of swappage. So we are just going to literally go over here, put a bunch of... I'm going to just sort them by tier real fast. I should probably have just sorted them by type, to be honest, but yeah, we'll just do it this way instead. Just going to put a bunch of Imperials and so on and so forth in there, because I don't really want to use them that much. I'd like to try and, you know, persist with our Nord purist army, I guess you could kind of call it. Wow, we got so many people. Wow, actually kind of crazy. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so we got a huge amount of there. Wow, 100. We only had 139. Really? We only had 139. That's actually kind of insane. Okay, so yeah, we'll just do something like this. We're going to just take a couple of Nord younglings. We'll take a couple of huntsmen as well. Nord younglings, there we are. Okay, that's seemingly quite nice. We're going to level those up really quickly, or try to level them up as fast as we possibly can. And I think we can go. Yes, I think we can go. All right. So now that we have created a new kingdom, we are now going to have the ability to form policies. Policies are going to be exceptional. Now, the only problem we're going to have is, well, I'm hopeful that we'll be able to fight some Sea Raiders very quickly just now. And we'll see what we can do here. I can't do that. Why can I not create a party while sailing? I want to be able to create a party while sailing. That's very sad. Okay, there's a convoy right here. I kind of don't want to fight a convoy, to be honest, if I can help it. But they're too fast for me anyway. All right, I think they're too fast. I mean, they seem to be going at like 3.5, and we're moving at 3.2, but sometimes we move at 3.6. I'm actually not entirely sure. Must be open waters or something like that, I guess. Aha, hello. Might be able to do battle here. Nice. Okay, absolutely perfect. Okay, I want everything you've got, sir. I want everything you've got. Okay, let's actually have a look here. Yes, we're doing okay on this. Let's do it. Let's just go straight on in there. I basically just want the experience. That's all I want. I just want the experience. I don't really care about the loot that much. And I don't really care about the ships either. Even though, funnily enough, I probably should take this. I should probably take this too. These things are going to sell for so much cash. Yeah, I guess we will kind of do that. The unfortunate thing that is going to happen now is that we have very little influence, as you can see. I literally just fought that guy, and we only got 27 influence for it. We are going to need so much more than that to be able to make our policies work. Alright, so first of all, we're going to repair our ships, hopefully get some bosun skill right there, and then obviously we're just going to go and sell them. We have so much cash right now, I don't really think we need to worry about pretty much anything here. I mean, look at this, 18,000, we've got 331,000, and I'm even going to be getting more than that just by selling every single thing that we have here. Just going to sell all of this, 33,000 from the thrown weapons and stuff, and then we're obviously just going to sort by number, sort by quantity, shall we say. And indeed, I'm going to get rid of some of my grain, some of the fish and grapes and so on. We have 1,000. Wow, that's actually kind of crazy. There we go. Let's do that. Something like that is seemingly kind of nice. And I think I'm at 32. Yeah, that's not good enough. We need to do better than that. How much am I getting? I'm getting 2.5 just because of the king bonus. We have law speaker currently active as well. Not a terribly big fan of that. I don't actually know what that policy does. All clans whose leader has high charm gain 1 influence per day. Yeah, the only time that I make a character that does not have high charm. Isn't that hilarious? Look at that. We've got 72. That is not good enough. What does high charm? What constitutes high charm? 150? What is it? Do you need over 150 or something like that to constitute that? I don't know. Maybe. Anyway. We are going to try and see if we can enter into some battles. I do need to get a handful of Sea Raiders more. If I can get a handful, like 1 to 2 more Sea Raiders in a battle here and just literally auto-resolve against them, we are going to be getting a significant amount of experience from that, and that is going to be able to take us into our next couple of vassal battles, which will definitely make a big difference. Ah, hello. We got Robrick. Yeah, he's not really going to do much for us right here. I'd love to go into a siege, to be honest. I would like to go into a siege, but I highly doubt... Oh, maybe we can... Oh, yeah, no. Actually, you know what? Let's do it. Let's try to draw some people out, shall we? Let's try to draw some people out. Oh, okay. Oh, we're getting quite a few people already, which is not exactly bad. But what I am going to do is, if we can, I will just try to destroy the walls. I'll try to destroy the walls really, really fast. And what kind of garrison do they have here? Pretty much crossbowmen. Okay, we might have an issue here if they decide to go in. So what I'm going to do... Ah, hello there. I knew it. Yeah, so I was going to say, what I'm going to do is if they decide to go in, I am literally going to pause... And I'm going to play this very slowly. Boom. Slowly. There we go. Okay. Now we are going to leave in just a moment. Let me just get one of these guys, I guess. We're going to leave. And now we will attack. Boom. There you go. Okay. Absolutely perfect. That was wonderful timing. You can see here, we managed not to get the garrison sallied out. Because if these guys had come in at that exact moment... we would have had the garrison at the same time attacking us. Now we only have to deal with 270 and a potential massive influence reward, which is really going to make a huge difference across the board for pretty much everything we want to do. Because we're going to be able to increase our loyalty, we're going to be able to increase our influence gain, as well as our party size. Policies are extremely, extremely powerful if you know which ones to take that are actually going to be useful for you. Or... in general, if they are, shall we say, tuned to your playstyle. I think that is something that also needs to be highlighted quite dramatically here. It's about what is best for you personally, rather than what is best overall. Because it could very well be that a particular skill is just something that you are not very comfortable with. And so as a result, you don't do very well with it, and that's understandable. Sometimes there are things like that, and yeah, then for me personally, I really am behind that. I am so 100% behind that, making it so that it's comfortable for you to use. That's all that matters, you know. It's the old adage of if you can't use this particular thing, it's probably a good idea to try something else and something that is more comfortable, so that you can actually be effective. And look at my two-handed skill. Two-handed skill just leveling up like no one's business right now. I'm just going to go to town here. The main reason I'm going to go to town is because I really want to get Terra. I really want to get Terra super badly, because Terra is going to dramatically increase our success at basically just destroying the enemy's morale. And if we can destroy the enemy's morale in a big way, we will literally have the opportunity to force retreats so much faster. And they won't even know what happened. They will be just game over before they even know. So yeah, that would be pretty crazy. If we can make that happen, I would be very appreciative. I am going to take a little bit of a glancing blow here and there right now, but that's okay. We're just going to power level our two-handed here. And I do want to get one-handed skill as well, but I'm going to save that, I think, probably for the inevitable siege, if we are actually going to do a siege, because, I mean, it feels to me like sieges, or getting sieges active, is kind of difficult now. Is that just me? It feels like, you know, because obviously we've had some hard times at our town. Our town has been very, very difficult to take, very, very difficult to deal with, and it's only by some pure miracle that we were able to do something there. Because obviously the enemy has just been consistently just sending units over and over to where we were, and I'm going to tell my forces to charge in now. You take a look at the morale. You see the morale right now? The morale is actually not even... Wow, how did that guy actually hit me right there? Whoa, okay. That was significant. That was pretty good damage right there. Okay, so let's actually see if I can select one of my characters. I'm having some pretty... for some reason I can't select this guy. Why can't I take control of this guy? This doesn't make any sense. Okay. Ah, there we go. I can take... Why can't I take control of this guy? I don't want... Ah, there we go. This one? Do I really want to take control of an archer? Probably not the best idea. Let me see. What about... Okay, Huskal. Ooh, I'm damaged, though. No, I'm damaged. Oh, dear. Well, that's going to be a bit of a problem, isn't it? Oh, no, never mind. As you can see, they have literally just retreated. They literally just retreated. That is exactly what I'm talking about. We didn't even eliminate... that many, and yet already they decided to get out of here, which is just like, wow, I'm kind of surprised. All right, well, let's see. Okay, so I'm going to take this guy prisoner, take this guy prisoner as well. These guys are kind of interfering quite dramatically in what we're trying to do here, but I guess that is their job, you know, that is their job. If they're hired as mercenaries, it only makes sense that they're going to be interfering. Anyway, we have 28 level ups, very, very nice. And if we can get a couple more archers, I'll actually be very, very pleased with that. Okay, let's just do this. We're not taking any prisoners because I want to move around relatively fast here right now. What's this? Your Nord troops ask if they can take charge of the cremation of the Nord in the enemy's ranks, declaring that they feel a duty to their kin, even if they fought in a bad cause. Okay, so refuse, knowing that separate rituals will breed suspicion among the different cultures in your ranks, or grant their request, as there is no shame in honoring a valiant foe. Decrease morale by 10. What? Okay. No, I'm fine with decreasing morale by 10. We already have 100, so perfectly fine with that. And indeed, we've got an 81. Wow, I've actually forgotten how long it takes to get influence at a significant pace. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so yeah, now we have terror. So look at this. Plus 20% battle morale effect to enemy troops with your two-handed kills. This is extremely powerful, and it is going to create many, many more retreats in the future, which would be very nice for us. So let's actually see what we can do here. Ah, Belgier is over there. Okay, hello there, sir. Would you like to fight? Oh, wow, this is hilarious. Okay, have you seen what I've seen? He's just literally got into a bandit fight. That is perfect for me. So I will literally just let him do his thing, and then we will go and attack him. Boom, there you go. Really nice and easy. Basically, anytime an enemy vassal decides to attack a bandit, it's basically just hunting. It's, what is it? It's harvesting season. Yeah, something like that. Basically, it's exactly that. We're kind of shooting fish in a barrel at that point, because they literally are just entering the disorganized state for, well, basically no reason. You know, I mean, obviously, you know, they're doing a battle, and they obviously want to get money, and they want to get experience. But they're entering into that bandit fight when we are right there, and that is just, oh yeah, that is just music to our eyes. It's just great. That's not the saying. I know. I was just making a joke. Anyway, point is, we can now move on, and we can make our way over here. Okay, wait. Let me actually just see if I can leverage our archers a little bit this time. It would be kind of fun to actually utilize them a bit more, because funnily enough, You remember one of the previous battles we had, and I said, hey, look at my archers, they're actually getting a bunch of kills. And generally, yeah, I do think that Nord archers are actually not even that bad. Obviously, of course, you know, they're not as good as what you would expect to see out of the Battanians or something like that, but I feel like they're actually kind of decent. They've got kind of a nice stat line. They're obviously going to be very more, well, much more damaging in melee than the Battanians might be, even though the Battanians actually do come equipped with two-handed swords, which can be extremely dangerous to deal with. Alright, this is going to be a bit of a problem though. I'm going to actually do this. I'm going to do a little bit of a something here. Let me see if I can drag these guys in. I kind of wanted to just jump over my forces there. There we go. Ah, they're being sneaky. They're being careful here right now. That's okay. Alright, I'm just going to murder him like so. My archers are slightly on an incline, so maybe they're going to shoot over our heads a bit. And we can move our forces forward here. I don't know why I'm being so careful, to be honest. We do outnumber this guy. But I kind of don't want to really die here if I can help it. But maybe I will anyway. Whoa, nice hit. Wow. What am I doing right now? What is this? What are these shots? What are these shots I'm doing right now? There we go. Okay. Okay, that was weird. Not sure. No, I'm not sure what has possessed me to be so terrible with throwing weapons all of a sudden, but oh well, never mind. Yeah, that didn't really result in much, but that's fine. We don't really need to worry about it. Throwing skill, you know, it can be leveled up at any point. We should be fine with it. And now we're just gonna move these archers a bit closer. Wow, I'm just hitting shields right now. It would be wonderful if I could actually eliminate some of these shields, to be honest, if I have to hit them. Nice, he's dead. We might be able to do something here. Or not. Or not. And indeed, my archers are going to do a great job there. And let's try and see if I can maybe... Well. Nope. Yeah. That's not going to happen. I'm getting Nord younglings. No, I'm looking for a... Huskar. I cannot take this guy... I can't take control of this guy for some reason. What is the requirement? Do they have to be out of combat or something? Feels like they have to be out of combat or something. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, I'm gonna just take over this archer, I guess. Oh, okay, that was pretty terrible damage, to be honest, but... I'm just going to be like, oh yes, that was amazing damage. Look at that. 21 damage to his mount. Yes, how perfect. I contributed to that battle dramatically. Yeah, that was pretty awful. Anyway, I'm wondering whether I should take this guy prisoner because he is one of the more dangerous enemy lords. Yeah, so there is Apollania, by the way. She was last seen at Varcheg. Huh. It is, wait a minute. Is she still, like, traveling? Or Summer 6, 1093. That's when we last saw her. I'll let him go then, I guess. Not a terribly big fan of letting him go, but... maybe it's going to be necessary right now. Maybe it will be necessary. Just because maybe we'll actually get something happening. Maybe we'll be able to repair our reputation. I don't think we can particularly do that, to be honest, at this point. But who knows? I mean, maybe it will be fun to try, right? I think it will be kind of fun to try. So let's actually see. Yeah, no, it's been 2 years in-game. 2 years in-game since Apollania actually did anything on the map of any note. So I'm not sure if that is, if that's like a big deal or whatever. I don't know. Because, yeah, it was 1093. So, kind of significant, I guess. Ooh, I've just noticed. Yeah, I've just noticed something. Okay, so next time we get any kind of vassal nearby, I'll probably decide to institute a couple of policies, or at least one or two. I think I can get one, actually, right now. And if I can get one that would further increase our influence gain, that would be amazing. If we could actually make that happen. I'm sure there is one. I think there is a very, very good one, actually, that will be of use. But the question is, there are so many other policies that are extremely, extremely powerful as well. Like, for example, basically anything that increases loyalty. You know me. If you've been on my channel a while, you'll know that I am a massive fan of anything that provides loyalty to your settlements. Okay, let me just see here. This is going to be a bit of a... What? Wait a minute. Are you serious? Okay, that's actually kind of surprising. Oh! Okay, I thought they were going to come out with the garrison. I thought they were going to come out with the garrison there. I think these guys actually attacked us in an incorrect fashion. If they had attacked us from the other side, coming from the direction of the castle, I think we actually would have had a sally out on our hands. And that would have been extremely damaging. Very, very problematic. But, I mean, they mostly have archers. That's the thing. The opponent mostly has archers in the garrison. So that's also the reason why I'm a little bit dubious about actually even doing this siege to begin with. Because anytime I've done a siege in the past, and it doesn't matter what game, could be Warband, could be Bannerlord, anytime I've done that and there's been a huge amount of archers inside, I just go, oh, okay, hello, oh, good, I'm dead, oh, nice, very good, okay, I'll retreat. That's basically the sequence of events. That's usually what happens when I go in versus someone that has a lot of archers. And or gunners as well, dependent on mods. Gotta be a little bit careful here. We could do... Wow, I don't really want to kill peasants, to be honest. There's a lot of peasants here, a lot of recruits. Wait. Is this actually the reason why these guys had such low combat strength? I wondered what was actually happening with them, because I thought, oh yes, we're going to go in and we're going to see what we can do, and maybe we'll be okay, maybe we'll lose. And then, in actual fact, they just have recruits. For the most part, which is quite funny. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can do something here. This is gonna be a bit problematic. Oh, no, never mind. No, we're fine. I actually want to get to 275 one-handed. That's why I'm using one-handed right now. Unfortunately, we're getting a little bit unlucky with where I can go to attack people. Oh, really? How is the recruit running faster than I am? This is an absolute travesty, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, we might be able to kill this guy. Nice. Yeah, we're still not getting enough experience, unfortunately. Oh, hello. Yeah, we're still not getting enough experience. But I guess that is to be expected. Unfortunate. Oh, well. Never mind. We did end up losing a handful of people, but they're mostly low-tier units. Nothing really to worry about there. Ooh, 30 influence. Not bad, actually, considering the fact that the combat strength was so low. Very, very surprising. Okay, so we're increasing our relation by 6 every single time we let one of these fellows go. Is that actually any good? It isn't. That's a spoiler for you right there. That's not really good. No, that's not really good at all. Going to take tier 4s. I'm literally only going to be taking tier 4s here. I'm going to start taking some Vlandian prisoners just so that I can continue to convert them. And then if necessary, I'll just put them into the garrison back at home. And we'll see what we can do here. Just get some of these guys. We'll level up some more. Should we get some more archers? I don't think we need more archers right now. What we do need is we actually need another focus point in leadership. But yeah, as you can see, we are actually almost at level 25. So it is coming. It's just going to take us a bit of time to get there. And how are we doing here? How are we doing here? I mean, if this fellow decides to attack us once again, I guess that's not too bad. As long as... Okay, they are actually going to go in here. Is this a garrison sally out? No, it is not. Very surprising. Okay, I am very, very surprised. Because usually, as I say, usually this is a sally out. Usually they can force that into effect. But in this case, they are... they're apparently failing. They're apparently failing to do it. Alright, so we are good. We are actually good here. The question is, though, this army is going to be more powerful than the one we had previously. And I think what I'm going to do after this is I will probably get out of here. I'll probably get out of here, probably go back to my fief, try to sort out my army composition a little bit more, and I'm going to institute some policies, of course. Probably going to do that. So, policies after this straight away. And then we'll see what we can do. Maybe there'll be some vassals that we want to fight or something like that. Hello there. Oh, yeah. See, that's the problem with the two-handed, of course. Not really going to have the opportunity to be that effective against enemy cavalry. Well, okay, well, never mind. I just killed the enemy lord, I guess. That's kind of interesting. I wasn't expecting that, that's for sure. Okay, so we could do this. Oh, no, there's a shield. A looter. Wow, I am breaking the bank on unit quality right here, aren't I? Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Okay, so let's just get these guys to go over here. I like to put them into a loose formation. I know that's not particularly good, but you know, I like that. I like going in loose formation right now, for the archers at least. And should I just tell these guys to charge in? It feels like a charge in time, so I'm actually going to charge them. Nice damage. Kind of hoping we could do a bit more here. Ah, yeah. Bit too slow on that. Bit too slow. Nice. Alright. That's all we wanted. And now we can maybe... Ooh, wait. Let's go for one-handed. Kind of... Oh, there we go. Okay, that was a nice hit. Very good. I'm not very good at using one-handed on horseback, so I do apologize for the hilarious camera angles. But, yeah. We're gonna just try as best as we can. Oh, no. Did you see that? The cavalry that gave me good experience would have actually been very nice to get a kill on, and one of our archers got it. One of our archers sniped it before we could get there. Oh, well, never mind. It happens. Okay, these guys are going to be getting away. Do I have any thrown weapons? No. Okay, apparently I don't have any more. Alright, that's it. Another 34 influence. Very nice. Okay, I think we probably have enough now. I'm going to take her prisoner, I think. Going to let this one go. Okay, so, tier 4s. Do we want any more? Yeah, another couple of tier 4s right there. And I think that's probably fine. We'll take that guy as well. We won't take the looter or anything like that. That's just not worth, in my opinion. Okay, so let's take a look at the policies. I'm going to leave the siege because I basically just constructed one trebuchet. It's not really worth going on there, in my opinion. And here we go. Okay, 1400. Very, very nice. Okay, I didn't level up yet. Almost leveled up. Okay, so... policies. Very, very interesting. We have new policies as well. We have the Coastal Guard Edict. A Coastal Guard force stands ready to assist allies in battles within the town's territorial waters. Coastal town garrison's wages increased by 15%. Now, obviously, wages, I don't care about that. That does not matter to me at all. But the question is a Coastal Guard force any good? Does it actually help you? Or is it just a way for the opponent to farm experience and money and so on and so forth? That's the question that we've got to ask ourselves here. Is there anything else? Ooh, naval warden ships. Clans with a heavy ship gain +1 influence daily. Okay. Thank you. That's absolutely perfect. What's this? Naval combat morale of Lord parties is increased by 20%, but the troop experience gain is reduced by 15%. What? I don't know why anyone would take that, but there you go. What's this? The ruler's clan receives 15% of the revenue from ship sales on other clans. That is actually insane. I'm going to say that right now. I feel like this is actually insane. The ruling clan collects a 15% commission on ransom payments to other clans. That's also very, very nice. Okay, yeah, there's a bunch of very, very cool new policies here. I mean, we got here, purchase price and upgrade costs of the ruling clan's ships is decreased by 10%. Okay, well, I don't really care about that too much, but, you know, decent nevertheless. Production in coastal settlement workshops and their bounded villages is increased by 25%. Wow, that's really, really good. What is this? Amnesties for pirates. Each day a pirate party operating within the kingdom's coastline has a 5% chance to surrender to the nearest coastal town. Upon surrendering, its ships are donated to the town's shipyard, and some of its members join the town garrison. For each surrendered pirate party, that settlement security is immediately decreased by 5. I am going to say that is actually incredibly good. That is, in my opinion, incredibly good. Successfully raiding a village grants the raiding clan plus 5 influence. For each lord party currently staying in the town owned by the kingdom, town security is reduced by 1. Okay. Kingdom-wide militia generation boosted by 25%. Really? Wow. All clans within the kingdom benefit from a minus 15% reduction in ship purchase costs. Yeah, I don't really care about that. Okay, yeah, so forgiveness of debts is what I'm going to do in a minute. But I don't have enough influence yet. Obviously, I just need to wait a little bit of time. Is this my vessel right here? Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, so we're just going to make our way back to where we want to go. I'm just going to wait a very, very small amount of time. As you can see, we're getting 3.5 every single day. And then we'll have 100, and then I should be able to get yet another one. The question is, do I want to go for forgiveness of debts, actually? Or do I want to go for something that actually provides us with influence? I'm thinking maybe that. I don't know. I did actually want to make a party with Ferger, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to do that until we actually get on land. As I say, I'm not entirely sure why I cannot create a party. Well, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Yes. Not sure why I can't create a party while I'm on the ocean waves. I feel like I should be able to do that, but no, that is not possible. It must be a game limitation of some kind. I'm not entirely sure, but it would be very cool if we could. Anyway, we are almost at 100. The Sturgians have declared war against us. I'd like to see them actually try this because they are super far away from pretty much any of our fiefs. So it's kind of a bit strange to see them do something like this. I don't know why they would, but yeah, okay. Let's have a look. Okay, so 0.5 influence. What else do we have here? 0.1 influence for each fief they own. I mean, we own quite a bit, don't we? Grazing rights, no, I don't want to do... here we go. Sacred Majesty, this is what we want. Yes, look at that. Earns 3 influence per day. There we go. Absolutely perfect. That is going to be insanely good. You just wait and see what happens to our influence as it goes. Usually, I would have a much greater charm skill, and eventually I might even get Immortal Charm or whatever, but at this point, we need as much influence as possible, and I feel like that's the best way to get it. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.